Unprepared. Unprepared, but here we are. Oh my God, I don't want you to see the reflection. Yeah, we'll do like this. No, you can still see my reflection. Oh my goodness, I don't like that. We're going to disassemble this. Mi vista? Mi vista. Anyways. Is this better? Not really. I don't even know if I like this, because how can I see if people are here or not and chatting? What does this do? At least 1 minute. Okay, whatever. Hold on, I don't want to be anything other than what I've been. Dang, maybe I should do this vertically. I'm about to start over. Oh, there's 3 people here. Hi, 3 people. I wish I could see who you were. Oh, there, it's Hands. Stoic. Hi. Oh, there's a chat. I think I'm a, Hillwood in a house. I think I'm gonna start over and do it vertically. Okay, I feel like I don't want you to see so much of my background. And, like on TikTok, you can do, a green screen behind you. I don't know, y'all. I'm here. How are you? If you are here, thank you for joining the live. I don't even know if people can come up and chat with me, and if not, just, get your thumbs real active. So I'm not really just talking to myself or the camera, but the topic of this live is dating / making friendships as an atheist. How's it going for you? Or atheist, agnostic, non-believer, ex-Christian, non-religious human being. Humanist, all those things, right? Just someone who is not freaking religious. How is navigating dating and fostering new friendships, as well as old friendships. Oh, hold on, wait. That's embarrassing. Did this shit fall off? I was gonna do my makeup on live, but I don't feel like it. I'm gonna go barefaced today. Call it a day. I think this fell, did it? I was on live yesterday on TikTok, getting ready, doing my makeup, putting in these lashes, and I think this one is loose. I'm scared to. Anyways, that is the topic of today. Whoever was in the chat, cool. Hey, I don't know how to see that anymore. I feel like it went away. I think I'm gonna do this vertically though. Oh, here's the chat. But where did it go? It like disappears. The only reason I set it up horizontally was because YouTube used to be a horizontal platform until it tried to be like everybody else, a la Instagram and TikTok, so you can do verticals. But anyways, we here. We have 0 friends, but I don't think it's because I'm atheist. It's because, dang, it goes away. How do I see chats? It's because I'm autistic as hell. Were you ever religious? And when you were religious, did you have friends? EAE. I don't have many friends, but the old friends that I had, I'm gonna say BA before atheist and AA after atheist. I don't know. It's so lame. But anyways, before I was an atheist, the friends that I had, I still have, for the most, like the ones who I call friends, I still have, and they are pretty much, I think all of them are Christian, but they're like cultural Christians, some of them, or like Christian adjacent. I only know like maybe 3 people who go to church, which doesn't make you a Christian for real, but as opposed to people who don't go to church at all. But yeah, like I know 3 people who go to church regularly, and like when you talk to them, God or Jesus might just come up in conversation for real at some point. And then everyone else I know, I don't know the last time God ever came up in a conversation. So that's why I feel like people ask me like, oh, do you tell your friends that you're atheist? Like, do they know? And to be honest, I haven't. And it's really because religion just never comes up. Like, if they are Christian, I wouldn't know. And it's not like they impose it on me. It's not like that's all they breathe and eat and sleep. So we're cool people. We're cool. We're cool. We're cool. We're cool in that regard. But yeah, new friends that I've made. So those are my BA friends, my before atheist friends. My AA friends, after atheist friends, again, in person, typically religion doesn't come up as far as me. Like, I never bring it up, of course. But if somebody brings up God or Jesus, I was just saying this last night on TikTok Live. I think I have like a strike rule, and I don't know that number. But when I say that, it's like, okay, if we meet, I just want y'all to see my shirt. Like, that's the whole reason I'm wearing it. But if we meet newly, and you bring up Jesus or God, okay, that's one strike. All right, we keep on going, conversations going, all the different types of ways conversations can go. You bring up Jesus again, it's 2 strikes. And I don't know I don't know if I'm 3 strikes. I don't know what my final, my limit is. But what I was saying is, like, you can bring up Jesus in regards to you and your life, but don't ever cross that line of like, like, don't tell me anything about Jesus doing stuff for me or that I need that man. But so yeah, I thought that was funny, because that has happened before. But I wouldn't call those people friends. So what I was saying, my AA friends, people that I met after being becoming atheist, 2 girls in particular that I can think of that I met literally last year and we clicked, are both agnostic. So shout out to me meeting them organically in the wild, in person, in real life, and them just having to be agnostic now. Again, I really can't remember how religion came up in conversation with them. One girl I've known for, it's coming up on a year. I think, yeah, it's coming up on a year. So we spent like majority of 2025 hanging out or whatever. And it literally wasn't until like the end of the year, I think October, November, where I was like, we had that conversation, like, yeah, this shit ain't real. Like, I don't know. So it was very refreshing. Then I met somebody in December when I went on a holiday. And she was very vocal about being agnostic. Okay, so let me read some of these comments. I have a hard time dating Christian women. Dating Christian women? Okay, you prefer atheist women. Yeah, that's for me is a hard 100% non-negotiable. Not doing any Christians or religious people at all. I'm Black and 30 plus, so of course I was religious, but my friend group depleted when I stopped smoking weed and they got older, married and had kids. No more time for me. So where do you like, I don't know. I'm not trying to, like, say one thing or another, but like, do you think that because you're autistic, you obviously have friends at one point. I don't know that that's a hindrance for you to make friends. But what I was gonna ask is, like, where, as an adult who is 30 plus, where do you think would be a good place to make friends? And I'm no expert in this field at all, but I'm somebody who is like a serial hobbyist. I love trying new things, and trying and staying consistent with new things is 2 different things. But I picked up 2 hobbies last year, and one of them I was extremely consistent with, and then the other one I was like in and out. But the other one was a book club that I was in and out of, and with that I didn't really make any connections that meant anything or lasted. But yeah, I like to try new things. So if I meet people in real life doing things that I already like, and they clearly like the same things, and that to me is a way to make friendships as an adult. But yeah, being 30 plus, being Black, living in the Bible Belt, of course, most people I meet, I'm sure, would be religious. But like I said, it really doesn't come up, like, at least on my end. And if it does come up with this new person or a stranger, it's literally because they're like, God gave them a parking spot. I don't know. It comes up in like random moments. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Hi, Rio. Hi, Miss Introvert for Life. Honestly haven't tried to make any new friends since I was a teen. They've just been depleting ever since. So 0. Okay. Do you have any type of connections or community of sorts? Or is it like online friends? And I say that not to be like like weird or lame, but like on TikTok, there's a community and people have friends on Facebook, like Facebook groups. But on TikTok, there's a huge community of like people who have deconstructed religion and have forged connections and relationships that way. And I think a lot of those relationships are pretty much strictly online, or at least not like in person. I don't know, but yeah. So that's my question to you. Do you have any type of somebody, siblings, cousins, something? Mm-hmm. Because as somebody who's an introvert, as somebody who is independent, as somebody who is like a low maintenance friend and very much a loner, I'm very fortunate that at least I have people if and when I need or if and when I want human interaction. I don't know. Again, as solo as I am, as I navigate through life, I just couldn't imagine fully, completely having no one. So there's that. I have a cat and I'm waiting for Elon to ship AI girlfriend robots. Hilarious. Okay, shout out to your cat. I'm actually here pet sitting and I have 2 cats that I'm watching, and I'm not a pet parent, a pet person necessarily, so this is a very interesting experience. Cats are cool. Cats are cool. At one point I thought I wanted cats. At one point I thought I wanted dogs. And baby, I can't take care of nobody but myself. I just don't have the capacity. But cats are so cool. Like, I mean, I don't even know where they at for real. Oh, there goes. There he goes. Just licking himself. Can you see him? There he goes. Right there. There he goes. I don't know where his brother's at. That boy be MIA for real. But yeah. Yeah. You guys, how is your Sunday? How was your Sunday? How does this work? Oh, you can share it? Oh my goodness, you can share lives on YouTube. He just out here chilling. He's just out here chilling. The other one is somewhere wandering. Couldn't tell you. Literally couldn't tell you. But yeah, I'm gonna not be on here that much longer because I need to go back out. I'm about to go skating, doing a little bit of a workout, and then find something to eat. But yeah. 7 what? Cats? You got 7 cats? Rio? I prefer dogs, cats, and I have not had the best. You prefer dogs over cats? Have not had the best encounters. Dogs. I like dogs. I used to have a little Neff dog, but he got put down. My little nephew. He was a fun time. He was I don't know, he was a rescue, so I think that he was like American Bully. He was a mix. Dang, he gone. That's crazy. That's crazy. My niece was born. My niece was like maybe 2 or so when he died, and so she didn't really know about death. And so she was still sometimes, she's 4 now, so she knows like Chan gone. He went to the doggy doctor and never came back, so she kind of associates the doctor with. It's not funny, but it's funny because she kind of associates the doctors with not coming back. Not coming back home. But yeah, no. Yeah, he was a cool dog. It's just when I tell you like the responsibility of a pet, and it's funny because here, while I'm watching these 2 cats, I was telling people that I'm like too jumpy for this. I'm too jumpy because cats are so sneaky and stealthy and quiet. At least with a dog, you can hear the paws coming, like on the different type of floors, like tile floor, whatever kind of floor. You can hear them coming. These cats are so fucking sneaky. And then they're clingy too. So like if I'm just standing around or whatever, they'll come and rub up against my leg. That's a fuck no, because I will jump. And then if you scare me, now you know the term scaredy cat, they get scared and they jump and run away. It's just not fun. It's just not fun. But yeah, it's really cool. They're chill as fuck. You have 7 cats. What are you? I don't even know. what that means. I don't even know. 2 is cool. I think 2 is a great number, so they can have each other. More than that? What you doing with more than that? And why? It's kind of messed up. Dogs get to die more peacefully than humans. Does the owner know you got the card outside? The cat's outside? Yeah, she told me to keep the door open for them. They're indoor outdoor cats. They everywhere kind of cats. But it's like they're not going anywhere dangerous. Yeah. These are not, mind you, this is not America. So these aren't cats. I don't know. It's so crazy when it's like comparing everything. Everything. How humans live in America versus in other countries. How animals, like how pets are kept. How children are raised and kept in other countries versus America. It's so interesting because, yeah, like these cats, I don't even think they have collars. Like they have something around their neck, but they don't say their name or anything or like their owner. I don't know if they're chipped. I don't know what else. They don't got no cat trees, no cat toys. You know what I mean? So yeah, they entertain themselves. Does the owner know you got the I let my cat out for 1 week. I have fleas all over my house. I don't know. This, like I said, different strokes for different folks. This is a different country. But one thing my sister did say is like cats will go out and kill rodents and shit and bring that shit back inside. So I'm like, that does not need to happen. So far, the only thing one of them has done is like pooped in the kitchen. But again, that's because I closed the door at night and then they woke up before me and I guess I had to go. But yeah, pooped in the kitchen. Yeah, they don't use a litter box. They're just free. They are free. They got automatic feeders. I don't do shit but cuddle with them. Cool as fuck. I love it. Looks tropical. It is. It is. There are no eagles here. There's pigeons and whatever you just heard that, like a crow or something like that. But yeah, it's mad chill, y'all. Nobody's gonna hurt these cats. Nothing's gonna harm these cats. They're in harmony with all these animals around here. There's like a dog next door. I don't know where he went. But yeah, it's chill, y'all. It's chill. No snakes here either. It is rare to find a black atheist. It really is. Although I do think that a lot of people are not really believers. They're just closeted. You know, just trying to lay low. I do believe there's a lot of people who don't believe. But yeah, so rare. So rare. No, I'm not Jamaican. I'm Nigerian. People ask me that a lot, though, because of my name. There was one time in my past life when I lived in India, and I was really, like, obsessed with Indian culture as well as Jamaican culture and food, both countries. And so I coined the term. I called myself, what is the word? I called myself Nijamindian or something like that. Nigerian, Jamaican, Indian. They are very similar. Like when I first got to India, I was like, damn, this reminds me so much of Nigeria. And then prior to me going to India, I had a couple of Indian American friends or classmates, and just our upbringing sounded very similar. Whoever Timothy is, shout out to you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Timothy just sent, yeah, if that's you, yeah, you just sent that Cash App. Shout out to you. I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. At first I was like, what? Because what it said, I was like, wait, what? Was that an error? Because somebody just texted me like a number and they got the wrong number. So I'm like, is something going on with my phone? It's like, my number leaked or some shit? I don't know, but thank you so much, Timothy. I really do appreciate that. You literally look no different than a Black American or Canadian. I don't know what that means, but okay. If you want to date a fellow atheist as a Black person, you have more options outside of your race. Maybe. Yeah, I know it's probably a lot more common for like white Americans or Europeans to be atheists. But where I'm at now, it's a fucking Catholic country, and I met a guy my second night here, and all, like, couldn't wait to talk about Jesus. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Today is even like the second Sunday of Lent. So they went wild today. It was like a parade, and there was like men, like, I kid you not, there are men bearing the cross. Like, they're walking around the city bearing their wooden cross, walking around in this hot fucking weather. But you know, do you, baby, do you? Cash App is only U.S. and I don't know, maybe I'm from the U.S. So I received it. How did you get out of religion? Like, what made you realize it didn't make sense? That's a good question. Who said? Whoever said that? Easy Champosu. The truth is, I was never really. I wasn't truly like raised, like indoctrinated in religion. Just because my parents were not of the same faith. So I guess they decided not to like force it any one way. My dad is not religious and my mom claims to be a Catholic. So with that said, I did go to Catholic church when I was young, but she did not go often at all. So we obviously did not go often at all. And I remember at one point, it just was me going with her just so, because I, keep her company, not make her feel bad or whatever. So yeah, it wasn't really instilled in me. I didn't know anything. We had the 10 Commandments up in our house, and I knew the Lord's Prayer because that was up on the wall too. Other than that, y'all, I didn't know anything really about Christianity. So super long story short, did I have a God belief? Yeah, sure. Did I pray sporadically, randomly? Yes. But did I believe? No. And since a kid, like a lot of the things, whatever I did know, I do believe was like cultural osmosis, just from being raised in a Bible Belt. And all of my friends were Christian. I have friends who would go to Baptist churches, ceremonies or whatever you call it, every Sunday I would go with them sometimes just to like FOMO, fit in or whatever. Or mainly because if I spent the night with them over the weekend, I'm just going to church with y'all, obviously. But even then, nothing from the sermon came in, and like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on as a child for real. But I did know, like, when I became older, I had a lot of questions, and a lot of whatever it was osmosisized onto me didn't make sense. And so whenever I would confide into, like, with my Christian friends who, like, they was like, Jesus is my homeboy, we so close, like, so I'm going to you since you're just so close. And I would ask these questions. None of them had answers, so long story short, it never really made sense to me. I was never really indoctrinated into it. And so it, like, religion was literally not even that big a deal to me. It was not even that much part of my life to where it was like some huge ordeal for me to like let it go or deconstruct. I remember in college, by the time I got to college, I for sure was like, I'm not a Christian. Like, how I'd be like, I'm not Christian, but I believe in God. Literally, that was me. And it's like, if anybody was to poke that even slightly, thankfully people didn't. I say thankfully, I don't know, it's not thankfully, but like, people didn't probe that at all, because most people are like, whew, at least you got a God belief. I don't know, it's weird why they care that bad. But yeah, so I was like, I'm not Christian. I've never in my life uttered the words like Jesus is my savior. I've never been baptized, none of those things. So therefore I was not ever a Christian. But I got to a point where I can like say that openly. So there was that. I believed in God, and then over time I was just like, what? None of this makes sense. And what God is it that I believe in? If somebody was to ask me, I couldn't tell you. I didn't even know like the Bible God had a name. I didn't know what the name was. I never read the Bible, right? So I'm just like, I feel like the only name I knew was Allah, but I never even met a Muslim until I went to college. I never met, yeah. And then after that, when I was living in India, I was there specifically studying religions of India. So therefore I learned about, that's what really kind of opened my mind about, oh my God, there's so many other beliefs. And I just kind of like, I would never forget my professor was like, he used a Hindi term, but basically like the buffet of religions. Like, take a little bit, like when you go to a buffet, like take a little bit of what you like from every religion. And I was kind of on that type of time, like, okay, I really like this, what the Hindus do. I like when the Jains do this, and I like Buddhists, whatever, right? And like the coexist, I said this last night, the coexist bumper sticker, like I was all about that. Like all religions can just get along and coexist. And then I adopted the philosophy like live and let live. Like you could be whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna let you live, you just let me live. So there was that. And yeah. But yeah, religion did not play a huge part of my life at all whatsoever. And so leaving it, like I truly, my life does not look any different. It does not look any different. I know a lot of people leave religion and like their life, becomes better and they become happier and more at peace and blah, blah. My life been sweet, like before and after. I said BA before atheism and after atheism. I'm like, nothing really changed. It's just the fact that I became confident in the term and the identity, the label or whatever. And yeah, my first atheist I ever met was when I was a freshman in college. She was my like next door neighbor in my dorm room and ended up being my friend or whatever. And I was like, oh. I mean, like I said, it didn't faze me any one way or another. Like, it wasn't scary and it wasn't, like, intriguing. It was just like, oh, okay, she's an atheist. She got married after we graduated college. And I remember hitting her up, like, what type of marriage did you have? Like, because clearly, obviously, it wasn't in no church. It was like a beach wedding with somebody who, like, officiated it. Like, obviously nothing religious. So that was my long-winded answer to whoever asked that question. And I'm going to go back and see what else y'all talking about. Yeah, people leave religion for all types of reasons. I'm so down bad at this point. My current crush was a super religious girl who is also a flat earther because the Bible apparently said the earth is flat. If she chose me, damn. Not you would convert for her. That's wild. That's wild. It's funny you say that though, EAE, because I just saw something recently about what a crush is. Somebody was like, a crush is only a lack of information. Like, you only have a crush on somebody because you lack certain information about them, or certain knowledge about them. So it's like you had that crush. Now that you know that she's like a flat earther, Bible thumping ass Christian, you're like, dang. But you said you would convert for her, so I don't know. I don't know, friend. I respect that from your parents. Mine used Jesus to be horrible people. Damn. They kicked me out when I told them I didn't believe. Man, I hate that. I literally was just talking about this last night on live, how I think that is so sad and absurd. Because, did I post it on here? No, but I will. Oh, I don't think I did. My coming out to my mom, to letting her know that I'm an atheist. And she's Nigerian, so people thought the reaction was going to be something dramatic and ridiculous and blah, blah, blah. But one thing I knew for certain, one thing I knew for sure is that I was not going to be disowned. I was like, I knew she was not going to blow up and be mad. I just thought she was going to have more questions and concerns, and she was just so unbothered. So unbothered. I'm going to post it on here for y'all to see too, but yeah, my dad wouldn't. His reaction would be like, "Oh yes, let's talk about it," because like we be going in about Christianity for real sometimes. But yeah, he's not an atheist. I don't know what he is, but anyways. So I say that to say I hate that people get disowned for their lack of belief. It's just the dumbest thing, and it's like, no wonder we call this a cult. Like, imagine, like, I don't even want to get into it. And I'm sorry for you. I really hate that. My mom thinks all atheists are demon possessed. It's so crazy because, so back to what I was saying about, like, my friends, my, I think YouTube blocked your message, but my BA friends, my before atheist friends who are Christian or Christian adjacent or whatever, culturally Christian, and how I haven't told them. Somebody asked, like, do they know that you make atheist content? I was like, no, unless they know and just haven't told me. But anyways, but what I was saying is, like, it would be crazy. And I personally do not know what their reaction would be if I was to tell them. I also believe that it's nobody's business for real, for real. It doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form. But I don't know that they would disown me. I don't know. I really don't know. But what I was saying is, like, if last night we was kikiing and having a great time, and the next day I tell you I don't believe in God, your discernment is so fucked up that you didn't realize that ever since we met, I did not believe in God. Was I an atheist? Probably. I just didn't know that or call myself that. But never once has any of my friends as an adult heard me ever utter nothing about no Jesus. Never. Or God. Maybe God, but never Jesus. Like, maybe God. I doubt that though. But Because like I said, religion is not part of my life. It's not in my vocabulary. It's not in my fucking consciousness. So it doesn't ever, ever, ever come up. Unless it's like, oh, thank God, you know? Okay, for sure. Maybe like a thank God. But anyways, yeah. So it's like, dang, you would really like walk away from me after I'm a fucking great time. I really am. And I love to make people laugh. And 100% of my friends would say that. But so yeah, it's like, dang, you think I'm different? What do you think is different about me? Just because I don't believe in what the fuck you believe in. I'm not punching babies. I'm not doing what you doing. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do none of that yik yak. So not that that means you're a bad person, but yeah. I'm reading some of y'all's comments, you guys, because I cannot multitask, and then they go away too, anyways. But there, Jaw Hawks. That's so crazy. You said there needs to be a black atheist dating app. We literally just talked about this last night. Y'all gotta follow me on TikTok. But I want them to come here, actually. I want people, I'm trying to migrate to YouTube. For real. But just talked about this last night. I personally don't believe that that's my ministry. I believe that whoever is capable and has the faculties. See, there goes somebody's cat. I want to show you, but somebody's cat's on the roof 2-3 houses down. But it ain't the one I'm watching, so we good. But anyways. That's crazy. And it's like a construction site. It's not even a completed house. But anyways, talking about making a dating app for atheists. We didn't specify black, but we can get real exclusive here. But yeah, it's not my ministry. My ministry is making shirts for us by us, so that at least, because I truly prefer in-person connections and interactions and meetings, like meeting people for the first time in person. But so I got these shirts so that if you see me wearing a shirt that says atheist and you are also an atheist, you're like, okay, bet. But I get the dating app is like, clearly that's what we're all here for. You know what I mean? So I get that. But I don't have the faculties to do that. So I will pass that on to whoever is capable of doing it, and I will fully support, for sure. Does the air taste different? Y'all like on next Friday? Retro Cucamonga. You said, look, taste that. The air tastes a little different out here, friend. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not going to lie to you. When religion starts impacting lawmaking, it needs to be pushed out. For sure. Reached a point in my life where being a baddie is more important than being right or believing the world is round. Okay, get your baddie then. Get your Christian baddie, honey. Every religious text I've read has some terrible stuff in it. I don't want to follow any God. Yeah. The fairy tales are problematic for the community. These conversations are political, not just faith. Agreed, Hillwood. I personally think it's important not to make our whole personality about not believing in fairy tales. We should spend more effort on what we actually care about and are interested in. Absolutely, EAE. And I'm going to say this, I guess, until I turn blue in the face. But I'm not even on here a lot, but I'm obviously more on TikTok. My TikTok, my YouTube, this niche of being an atheist is 2 to 3% of my time, if that, right? And I literally have said that multiple times on this live. Like, religion never comes up in conversation in real life for me. It's not a part of my life in any way, shape, or form. Therefore, the opposite is true. Like, not being religious is not my personality at all whatsoever. Nobody knows that. I'm pushing this for very, very, very different reasons. Just to normalize it. Somebody came up in here and was like, oh, it's so rare to find a black atheist. You think that. You think it's rare, but we're just in hiding. And wearing a shirt that says you're atheist does not mean that's your whole personality. It's an identifier, just the same way, like, dude I met the other day had this fat ass cross around his neck. Yeah, they all got crosses around their necks and their ears here. So, yeah. But I get it. Like, and I think for everyone I know in in the deconstruction atheist community online are very multifaceted people who do various things, and their whole personality. I mean, maybe I can't say that because I don't even know them like that, but like their online personality, of course, is being anti-X religious or a religious, whatever. That's their online personality. You can literally never judge a human being by what you see online. One more time. You cannot judge a human being by what you see them portray online or what anybody else portrays about them online. So take with that what you will. And yeah. So when Christians say you were never a real Christian in your case, yes, it is true. Yes, jaw hooks. Yes, absolutely. And so that's why I'm like, two things, a lot of things can be true at one time. So one, I don't represent all atheists because first of all, atheists are not a monolith. And so if a Christian, not if, when a Christian tells me and other people in my niche, like my mutuals, like, oh, you're never a real Christian, I can stand up and say, yeah, buddy, you're right. But other people, you cannot take that from them. Other people were Christians by whatever the fuck the criteria is to be a Christian. In their heart of hearts, they thought they was, or they actually were. But I mean, no, you're right. And when they say that, I'll be like, I agree. I'm like, absolutely, you're right. I don't get offended. Other people may get offended, obviously, because that's not true. That's not their reality. They were once Christians. I, however, was not. So yes, you're right. For me, they are correct. Easy champ, I'm gonna ask you to stand up, bruh. There's other women out there. Unless, I don't know, don't change yourself for somebody if y'all's beliefs are completely not aligned, bruh. There's some more fish in the sea. So what if like a lion eats the cat? There's no lions here, buddy. The cats are good. They're good. I'm a Nigerian American who has only come out to my daughter. Are you not out to your daughter's, your co-parent, or I don't know, I don't want to assume nothing. Whoever you made your daughter with. Assuming you're still together. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, you get the question, right? No offense. If you found the perfect guy or gal and they happen to be Mormon, what is your next move? That just means they're not the perfect guy or gal. If they happen to be Mormon, they're not the perfect guy or gal. I'm so, y'all gotta be strict, bruh. Stand the fuck up. You have to be strict. Like, there's so many times where it's like, dang, shoulda, coulda, woulda, god damn it. But because you're this, that, and the third, it's a no-go, buddy. It's a no-go. It's a non-negotiable. So ain't no, what do you call it? Settling or like, y'all, it ain't that serious. Like being with someone is not that serious to me to where I have to overlook the staunch non-negotiables. There's some things that are like negotiable, but a non-negotiable is a non-negotiable. Stand up. My daughter's mother and I parted. Okay. Yeah, I mean, really though, who really needs to know your beliefs or lack thereof? It's like we were talking about this last night too. It's like coming out with your sexuality to your family and friends. Like truly, honestly, what does it matter? What does it matter, and why do you think I care? Some people care, obviously, don't know why, but why do you think I care? What the fuck? About, who you like and want to be up under. I just feel like why is certain things people's business? Now, with that being said, I do believe you should be fully authentically you and open to being, like, open and free enough to be yourself. Like, that's like saying, somebody said, like, don't let, a lack of belief be your whole personality. Like, all this shit's so political, bro. Like, the gay pride movement and people wearing rainbow flags left, right, center, their whole wardrobe, like, it's political. You have to, like, be in your face. And is it their whole personality? I don't know. Maybe sometimes for some people. But you could say that. I mean, you could literally sit here and say that about almost anything, really. But yeah, it's very much to me like to be in your face about it. Yeah, to just push back against. We're the minority, right? So we got to speak up. Don't fucking ever be silenced. You're going to end up a cat lady. Shut the fuck up. And I don't mean that to be rude, because you've been cool, I guess, for the most part. But that's so when people say that, you don't. Never mind. So what proof would you need to believe in God? I would need him to be like her. I would need her to be like, hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I don't got my glasses on today, but I would need all 4 eyes to lay on her and be like, oh, okay, there she goes. What's wrong with cat ladies? Exactly. That's why I don't even entertain dumbass shit like that, for real, y'all. Next. You just heard me say I don't have no pets. I'm not taking care of nothing or nobody but myself. So God needs to let me win the Powerball, then I'd reconsider. No, God needs to reveal herself physically. We need to see you. Then, yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, her. Pretty much it. It's not that hard. If it was real. I'm gonna start using like they them pronouns for God. I use it and people get, if I use it and her to refer to God, baby, that vein right there be popping out. Eyes get big and bulgy. Goddamn, I thought y'all said it wasn't no fucking gender. Now you're mad. Now you're mad. The motherfucker humans that don't got no gender, they go by they them. So when I do that to your God, what's the problem? But yeah. What else is on your mind, guys? I'm probably, I don't know, do I want to hit the hour mark? Maybe 45 minutes and be out of here. Going about my day, for real. But yeah, I had a massage earlier after breakfast. Oh, still thinking about it. It's amazing. It's amazing. Bam. How can I? But then what's a spirit, Rio? What is a spirit? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is what I do want to share with y'all. Since I am in a Christian country and I did a little history tour the other day. It's just crazy, the parallels of like colonization or whatever. So, you know, like how Black American Christianity and white Christianity look very different because the Africans who were enslaved infused their traditional, goddamn, bro, we get it. Infused their traditional spiritual practices into Christianity. So did the Native Americans, like the Mayans, the Aztecs, or whatever. It's kind of like hidden in plain sight, and like the practice, like their Catholicism doesn't look like the goddamn Roman Catholics and what the fuck they got going on, right? Because they infuse, you know, it's just so interesting. I was like, dang, it's so crazy. And like, I started watching this show on Netflix called Bolivar. It's about Simon Bolivar, who was born in Venezuela, and he became he's where the country Bolivia is named after. He did all the things in like Colombia, Venezuela, that region of South America. And so like season 1, like in the early episodes, is about, what the fuck? It's about like they just show like how his family was like wealthy and they owned slaves, and for whatever reason, I blame it on being American. I really do. Or like born and being raised in America and like in the American education system. I do blame it on this because I literally saw that show and my mind was blown. It's like, duh, I knew that the the traffickers took the Africans, the West Africans, to all of the Americas and not just obviously the United States. I knew that, but seeing it and it's like, duh, that's why we speak English. Duh, that's why y'all speak Spanish. Like, that's why you speak Portuguese, right? But it's just, I've never been exposed to that type of media. I've only known like American, like United States slavery, as opposed to like what it looked like to be an African slave in what is now Colombia, what is now Venezuela, right? Brazil, even fucking, Dominican Republic, all those countries that is not just United States, right? And it was just like, interesting. We all got it the same, it's kind of fucked up, obviously, but I say all of that to say that the way that people in Central America, Latin America practice their Catholicism, and the way it looks different than how Europeans practice it, it's no different how Black American Christianity looks different than white European American Christianity, because we've infused, or they have infused, their traditional practices with it. So it's really, really interesting. The massager did not have big muscles. I got big muscles. Why'd you become an atheist? Is there a story time? Yes, Deadly, and I literally just gave that story a couple of minutes ago. Sorry you missed it. But because this is YouTube Live, I just realized this. Because it's YouTube Live, it's going to live on my page. So Deadly and anyone else interested, just come back and rewatch it. I don't know what mark. It may be like the 30-minute mark. I don't fucking know, really. But yeah, I did literally tell that story, and I was quite long-winded. So there's that. Long story short, I was really never... I was a believer in something, but it wasn't strong at all. Oh my gosh, and speaking of that, because like I said, I never read the Bible. All the little things and blurbs I've heard about Christianity was from other people. So the main thing I think I clinged onto when it came to Christianity was like having the faith of a mustard seed. When I tell you that was my shit, the mustard seed thingy, because I'm like, that's all I got. I said, God, that's all I got, bruh. You know that. You know my shit is big. My shit is big. Faith who? Faith where? Faith what? My shit was like, then my dumb ass, don't nobody ever look up what the fuck a mustard seed is like and how big that is. But, again, you never question it. And so I'm thinking mustard seed must be so fucking minuscule that that's all I've got for you, bruh. That's all I got. So yeah, that's the main thing really that I clung on to from Christianity. But yeah, I wasn't ever a Christian. I had a God belief. It was a very, very fickle God belief. And then I just really was like, bro, this don't make no sense, girl. This don't make no sense. Move along. Move right along. Yeah. Who else? What's up? Do that. That's why Dominicans say, me no black poppy when they're obviously black. Yeah. Show my biceps. You gotta do like, oh dude, and send that cash app. Cash app me some if it's cool. Or FaceTime me that. How I go? FaceTime me that if it's cool. Or cash app me that. No, yeah, they're here. They're hidden. You just can't see them. I didn't expose them. I don't wanna. I'm shy. No, I'm shy. Anyways, I appreciate the good work you guys are doing. Thank you. You and Brother Bar, yes, and others are doing, reaching out and telling it like it is. I'll be watching our channels and putting up. Yay! Thank you so much, Douglas Joseph. Bar was in here earlier, but yeah, shout out to him and all the rest of us. I literally just posted yesterday, on the last day of Black History Month, that we are Black history in the making. We are on the right side of history because we are speaking out against this shit, y'all. Can I curse on YouTube? I don't know, but we're about to be at 50 minutes. There's 6 of you guys in here according to this thing right here, and I thank you for being here, chilling with me on this very random impromptu live. Just wanted to show more love to YouTube because soon and very soon I will be having some long form content for this platform. But yeah, I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Happy 1st of the month. Yeah, what else? All the things. Such a beautiful view out here. But yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Have a great week. Stay safe, stay sane. I don't know what you gotta do. Stay prayed up. Cause we finna go to war, y'all. It's not funny at all. But I'm not on that soil and I don't plan to be for some time. But y'all be safe, okay? All right. Peace.